Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Veggie Bowie. I am going to talk about how Lago uses the Machiavellian tactics to manipulate and destroy others in Othello. Lago is a premier example of a Machiavellian villain, embodying the principles of Niccolo Machiavelli. The prince calculates manipulation, deception, and the end justifies the means to achieve power and destroy others. I will explore Lago as a Machiavellian villain in the other slides. William Shakespeare was an English playwright, poet, and actor. He is widely regarded as the greatest writer in English language. Othello is a Shakespearean tragedy, follows a downfall of a noble Moorish general in Venice. Othello is a tragedy by William Shakespeare that centers on the destruction of a noble general by his envious ensign, Lago, who manipulates Othello into believing his wife, Desdemona, is unfaithful. The plot ends on jealousy, manipulation, and the swift erosion of trust. Niccolò Machiavelli was an influential Italian diplomat, philosopher, and writer, best known for his political treatise that explores the complexities of power and governance. The Prince is Machiavelli's most famous work. It was a manual on how a ruler could seize and maintain power. He believed leaders who tried to be good in all matters would face ruin because others were often not good. Machiavellian refers to someone who is cunning, sneaky, and manipulative, using deceit to gain power or achieve their goals. Manipulation is the act of sneakily influencing, controlling, or managing someone or something by your own advantage. It involves using dishonest, indirect, or emotional tactics to make others do what you want, often at their expense. Deception is the act of intentionally misleading someone by lying, hiding the truth, or distorting facts to make someone believe something false. Lack of morality means not knowing, not caring about, or ignoring the difference between right and wrong. Strategic thinking is the ability to see the big picture and plan for the long term, rather than just reacting to immediate problems. In Shakespeare's Othello, Lago is the quiet Machiavelli, manipulating Othello to killing Desdemona by planting seeds of doubt, all while acting as a trusted and honest friend. Lago is the main antagonist and primary agent of destruction in Shakespeare's Othello, serving as the manipulative puppet master who engineers the downfall of Othello, Desdemona, and Cassio. Lago and Othello have a toxic relationship built on false trust, where Lago, Othello's subordinate, secretly aids his leader and manipulates him out of jealousy. Lago is ultimately a false friend to Othello. He acts like loyal, honest advisor to Othello, while secretly planning to destroy him. Lago wanted the job of lieutenant, but Othello gave it to Cassio instead. Lago thinks he is better, more experienced soldier, while Cassio is just a book learner with no real experience. Lago is generally jealous of anyone who is more successful or loved than him. Lago suspects Othello has slept with his wife Emilia. Lago's obsession for power is largely a struggle for professional status and recognition. Lago's status as one of the Shakespeare's most dangerous villains stems directly from the fact that his motives are ambiguous, contradictory, and deeply unclear. Lago treats Rodrigo like a foolish puppet, using him as a pest to fund the scheme and as a pawn to create chaos. Lago convinces Rodrigo that if he has enough money, he can buy gifts to win Desdemona's love away from Othello. Lago lies to Rodrigo, promising him that Desdemona will eventually fall out of love with Othello and turn to him, encouraging Rodrigo to continue funding his schemes. Lago acts as a master manipulator who exploits the specific vulnerabilities, insecurities, and fatal flaws of other characters to achieve his goals. He identifies their weakness and twists them to cause their downfall. Lago knows that Cassio cannot handle his alcohol and gets reckless when drinking. Even though Cassio says he has actually had a drink and doesn't want more, Lago insists they have a party to celebrate. Lago presses Cassio into drinking more and gets others to join in. Cassio gets very drunk, becomes loud and fights, which makes him lose his job as lieutenant. Lago does this to ruin Cassio's reputation, making it easier to trick Othello later. Lago creates problems, specifically jealousy, discord, and ruin, and then pretends to offer solutions that actually worsen the situation. After manipulating Cassio into getting drunk and starting a brawl, Cassio tells Othello his version of the story. Lago slowly drives the main character Othello mad with jealousy, not through facts but through psychological manipulation. He plants the suspicion that Othello's wife Desdemona is having an affair with his trusted friend Cassio. Lago avoids stating things directly at first. Instead, he drops subtitle hints, asks suspicious questions, and trails off as if hiding a terrible secret. This forces Othello to wonder what is being left unsaid. The handkerchief is a pivotal physical object that Othello gave to Desdemona as his first gift and symbol of their bond. Othello instilled the object with deep symbolic and magical qualities. To him, its loss represents the ruin of their marriage and Desdemona's lost chastity. Emilia, Lago's wife, steals the handkerchief, not realizing Lago's intent, and gave it to her husband. Lago lies to Othello, telling him that an overheated Cassio muttered about making love to Desdemona in his sleep. Lago controls Othello thinking completely by using psychological warfare, strategic misdirection, and planted evidence. He doesn't force Othello's ends. Instead, he guides the Moor into a state of consuming jealousy by tricking him into believing that destructive thoughts are entirely his own. Dramatic irony in Othello exposes the deadly consequences of deception. By letting the audience know Lago's true villainous intentions, while the characters remain blissfully unaware. Shakespeare builds agonizing tension, highlighting how easily people are manipulated by false appearance. By weaponizing the gap between appearance and reality, Lago creates a lethal false narrative. Lago knows that if he presented himself as a villain, no one will trust him. By acting as a humble, plain-speaking, and loyal soldier, he earns the complete trust of Othello, Cassio, and Roderigo. Lago perfectly embodies Machiavelli's theories on power, cruelty, and total abandonment of morality. Iago displays zero guilt or remorse for destroying innocent lives. He invents weak justifications like suspected infidelity to excuse his cruel actions. He follows Machiavelli's advice to act like the clever fox to trap the lion, Othello. He also maintains a false persona of honest Lago to hide his wicked intent. Lago rarely gets his own ends bloody, preferred to manipulate Hades into killing. He psychologically drives Othello to murder his innocent bride Desdemona in her own bed. He stabs his own wife Emilia to death simply because he exposes his lies to the court. Lago embodies Machiavellian cruelty by operating entirely outside the boundaries of human morality. Iago tricks Roderigo into a fight, then stabs him in the dark so he cannot tell the truth. Othello, completely blinded by Iago's lies, and killed his wife in a bed. When Iago's own wife exposes his lies to the crowd, Iago stabs her to death out of anger. Othello ends his own life by realizing he was tricked into killing his innocent wife. Manipulation turns friends into enemies by rewriting the truth. Iago makes good people destroy themselves and everyone they love. Iago is the perfect Machiavellian villain because he follows Niccolo Machiavelli's playbook for gaining power through deception, strategy, and zero moral restriction. He manipulates characters into destroying one another while keeping his own ends clean. The honest persona, he builds a flawless public reputation to shield himself from suspicion. He believes any cruel action is acceptable as long as it gets him what he wants. He uses a flawless mask of honesty and brilliant strategy to ruthlessly control and destroy others without a single trace of moral guilt. Iago fakes a loyal, honest persona to gain absolute trust while secretly plotting ruin. He uses lies, whispers, and fake evidence to make others destroy themselves. He operates without guilt, viewing human lives and wages as disposable tools. He acts as a puppet master, staying in the shadows while driving Othello to mass tragedy. Iago is highly intelligent, but he uses his brain to create tricks and false rumors instead of doing good. He uses manipulation to make people doubt their friends and loved ones, turning trust into anger. Because he does not care about right or wrong, his lies cause a chain reaction that ends in heartbreak, murder, and suicide. Iago shows that being smart and powerful is dangerous if you lack a moral compass to guide your actions.